Hey everyone, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be going into the greenhouse and picking a load of peppers. So the first trick is just getting into the greenhouse. This is just crazy. Compared to last year, this is seriously just the jungle. Pretty incredible. It's all the way up to the roof. Even though I've brought the tables down, you can see I'm holding this above my head and I'm 6'4". We'll have a quick look around before we start picking and show you what we're going to actually be picking today. So of course we have the pepper juice. There's loads of lovely ripe ones here. These are what I really am looking forward to picking, my cayenne peppers. So we've got plenty of those. Lovely, lovely red cayenne peppers. So I'm sure I'll have quite a few of those. And then our super hots. These 7-pot habaneros. Look at them, they're lovely. Still ripening up. There's a few back there, you can see through the leaves. But such beautiful peppers. And one of my isolated ones are growing nicely, so we need to just mark that one. So I'm going to take this off today. Actually, let me do that now quickly. Really am battling to move around in here now with how full this thing is. I just wish I had more space. I guess you're always wishing you had more space. Greenhouse is never big enough. We're going to be using this straw, like I mentioned in my last video. Got a great tip from one of my viewers, and just going to cut that off there. Actually don't need such a big piece, just a little piece like that. And then what we do is just slice it up the middle, and you have that. And this is just to mark the pepper, because obviously I know that this here has been isolated from being cross-pollinated with some of my other plants. So if I just take this off, we can see there are some more little flowers on this. Actually, there's another pepper over here, so I need to mark 2. What we'll do is we'll just cut this in half. And mark both these peppers. And that'll make sure I know that these have been isolated. I really do like this idea of marking rather than the string method I was using before. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this one. I'm going to mark it there. What I'll do is I'll trim around it, because there are some other flowers forming on this. But if I trim around this and just keep an eye on it, once that grows a little bit more, I can stick the straw on. I guess that's the one drawback of the straw method. If you're going to mark them too soon, then you end up having the problem I just had over there. So let's move on and have a look at some of the other peppers that we are going to be picking today. So I have loads and loads of these Ring of Fire as well. You can see them back there. And lots of ripe ones there. And that is going to be joining my cayenne for a lovely hot sauce, which I will be videoing as well. And that'll be up soon, I'm sure. We can see there the Sugar Rush Peach. Beautiful looking peppers, really do like those. And over there, oh, look at that beauty. Peppers really are a very pretty fruit, aren't they? So you can see here how big that is. And that thing's just massive. So these are my Romeros. They are so sweet. There's no heat to them, but that's not what they're for. Peri-peris are still ripening. They tend to ripen a bit later than the others. So we can see some up the back there that have ripened. Probably will be picking some of those as well, because we can see this is my one peri-peri over here that I topped. If you look down there, you can see the little dot that just mentions that I topped it. And this is the one that I didn't top. To be honest, can't really tell a hell of a difference. I would say probably the one that I haven't topped is doing a lot better. I don't think I'm going to fuss with topping next year. I don't really think it helps too much. I did see something on Kangstar's channel where he's not topping anymore. There's another method he's using. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I might give that a go next year. I'll put it down here in the video, but looks quite interesting. Might do that. Most likely I won't really do anything. I don't really see the point. We have such short growing seasons here. I think it really helps if you have a longer growing season, because it gives your plants a chance to actually really develop. So those are my peri-peri. Let's have a look. There are a few others that we are going to be picking today. There's some more Ring of Fire at the back. Some more cayenne. We're going to be picking some jalapenos as well. You can see some of them are ripening up. I do prefer them green, but the red one's also nice, so we'll pick those as well. We can see we have loads of jalapenos. It's quite weird. I mean, it's from the same seed packet, and you end up getting a jalapeno that looks like that, and then one that looks completely different. I have loads of sweet banana peppers. You can see them all ripening up there. Not too sure when you're meant to pick them. I'm leaving them till they're ripe. They actually taste nice. I've tried them in many different phases, whether they're green or yellow or going orange, like you see that one over there. They all taste good, so I don't know, we'll be picking some of those today as well. I have some more of those at the back here. Can't really see through the jungle, but there's some more down. There's some more at the back there. I don't know if you can make them out. Let's get to picking and let's see what we've got. So let's start with the cayenne pepper. Now I must be careful because there are some Ring of Fire which look quite similar to a cayenne pepper that could be growing across here. So I think I'm all right. So these here, there's 6 plants down the bottom here. These are all cayenne except for the back middle one over there. So I need to be careful that I don't pick those, because those are quite a bit hotter than cayenne peppers. So while I was picking, I noticed this down here. So I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to the garden sometimes, and obviously we all have busy lives. These are 2 pots, so basically I had some spare pots, plants that I thought had died, and this here, I don't know where this has come from. This has just suddenly grown of its own accord. I do not water this, right? But that's a pepper plant. I mean, that's just insane. How the hell is that living and actually doing fairly well, right? I think it just goes to show the resiliency of these plants. It's just nuts to me, because that honestly has not had any water. It's been literally sitting here in the greenhouse like that since probably 3 months, I'd say. But yeah, pepper plant is growing out of it. So I'm just going to leave that. Why not? Let's see what happens with it. Probably end up just dying at some point, but it's just crazy just how resilient these plants really are. Anyway, let's get back to picking. So there's the fresh cayenne from today. I have some that I've picked already in the freezer, and you'll see what we do with that with the sauce that we're going to make. But there's some beautiful cayenne peppers there, really nice size. So now it's time to pick the Ring of Fire. I've picked off the one plant that was over here in between the cayenne peppers. So I've picked those, and just a few ripe ones there. But over here we have a whole bunch more. So this over here is a Ring of Fire, and at the one behind at the back there is also a Ring of Fire. But what I really wanted to point out is finally I've had some success with my tabasco plant. That plant over there is my tabasco, and look at these beauties. Finally got a true tabasco. So last year I had quite a pain in the backside. I thought I was growing a tabasco and ended up being something else completely. But we have some lovely tabasco peppers growing on there, so I'll definitely do something with those as well. But still quite a few need to ripen up before I pick too many of them. But let's pick the ring of fire now and get those into the box. Really have to get in here. So bushy, everything's in the way. Doesn't make this easy. Smells amazing though. Really need to think about next year and maybe growing a few less plants so they have more space, and so I have more space to work. But I don't know, I'll probably end up doing the same as I do every year and grow way too many. Trying to be as gentle as I can, because obviously there's still quite a bit of the season left to go, and I want these plants to keep on producing and ripening up. I think that is all of the ring of fire for now. So there are the ring of fire. Same as with the cayenne, I have been picking these as they've been ripening, so I've got quite a few in the freezer as well. But as I always say in my sauces, if you are going to use frozen peppers, you need to mix them in with some fresh, especially if you're doing a fermented hot sauce. So there's our cayenne over there and our ring of fire. So I'm going to carry on and pick the rest of these, and I'll be back with you in just a second and show you the results. So we've picked all our peppers. You know, this is the first of the proper harvest that I'm doing, and I'm happy with this. There's some decent peppers here. So let's take a bit of a closer look at what we have. So you can see what I've done here. I've actually mixed in a few different ones, but I can easily identify in this. We have pepper juice, we have 7-pot habaneros, and the carboneros. So not a whole lot yet. I'm sure I'll have plenty more within the next couple months. Over here I've mixed in a couple of these romeros, beautiful peppers. And over here these are jalapenos. I grew 2 different types of jalapenos this year. One was the normal jalapeno, which is kind of like this. And then I also grew the Goliath jalapeno, which you can see quite a bit bigger. I think all these ones with the stretch marks are the Goliaths. And that's a ripe jalapeno. So we've got quite a few there. We're going to be having a barbecue tonight, and I'll be doing some jalapeno poppers. Over here we have the sweet banana peppers. And I've got a bit of a mix here. I've said before in my previous videos, I've never grown sweet bananas. I haven't really eaten them. It's not as popular in this country as it is in the US. And these here are my cayenne. Got some lovely cayenne here, some really nice sized ones. And like I said, I have picked some already earlier in the season, and those are in the freezer at the moment. Those are beautiful. And over here again I've mixed up a couple, the Ring of Fire and the Sugar Rush Peach. I mix them up purely because I can very easily tell the difference between the two. So the Ring of Fire and the cayenne, so this is the Ring of Fire over here, and that's the cayenne. They got very similar flavor profiles, but the heat is much different. The Sugar Rush Peach is actually quite a spicy one. It doesn't look it looks nice and innocent, but it is spicy, so looking forward to trying some of that in a bit of a sauce. And then lastly we have Cardi MOA bonnets, and we have some peri peri. These bonnets are lovely. This one's not as ripe as maybe I'd like it, but that one is. That's a perfect one. Look at that, stunning. So I use peri peris all the time. I'm always having peri peri chicken. Actually, have a look at the top there. You can see one of my videos where I actually show you how to make peri peri chicken. But I'll be using these in a sauce, I think. I'll be making a Nando's style sauce, and I'll show you that as well. I have a feeling that that's a cayenne pepper, not a peri peri. So that's going to go in with my cayenne because they were growing right next to each other. So that's it for this video, just a quick one. I wanted to share with you my harvesting for today. I have a busy day ahead actually. I will be getting into the kitchen and doing some sauce videos, so look out for those. I hope you guys are having a fantastic season, and we'll see you again on the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.